is Karen for Online Healing Community. Welcome to Creating Space and happy International Day of Yoga. Today we're going to talk with the organizer of Hilom. It's a festival celebrating which celebrated the International Day of Yoga in Baguio City. And joining us is the founder of Pranalaya Yoga, Gelie Dela Peña. Hi, Gelie.
Hi, Karen. Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, and congratulations! It was a very successful International Day of Yoga event in
Mhm.
Baguio City, and then it's the first ever event of that scale.
I think so. Yeah. So thank you so much for the greeting and the congratulations. Yeah. Well, it's the first time that we celebrated International Day of Yoga in that scale. There was a yoga festival a few years ago, but it wasn't really for IDY. But
Mhm.
the local studios here in Baguio have been celebrating IDY na kanya-kanya. So doing their own thing per studio. So this is the first time that we actually came together to celebrate it together as a one whole Baguio community. So yeah, thank you.
Congratulations! I saw the photos. Parang never ending. I kept on clicking. I was thinking, will this ever end? Because it's a full pack, diba? It's a full
Mhm.
pack day talaga from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m.
Yeah, so we initially our schedule had like a lunch break, but the closer that we were drawing towards the event, more and more people and groups wanted to be part of the event. So we really had to parang kinailangan namin isiksik yung mga sessions nila so that we can accommodate everyone. So it really became a marathon from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Not just like the asana sessions or the movement sessions in the main hall, but even the breakout session talks. We had a breakout room. It was also full. So diretso din siya
Mm.
from morning till evening. So that was amazing as well.
Yeah, galing. And this is the
Yeah.
first time that you organize an event like this.
Yeah. In my life. So it was really amazing. I felt like it was an answered prayer. There's this other yoga event that happens annually in Manila, which is called Global Mala. And several years ago, I joined it for the first time. I went there by myself from Baguio. Mag-isa ako naki-join sa mga class the whole day. And I just said it like under my breath before the start of one session na Universe, sana magkaganito sa Baguio. And if kung
Mm.
magkakaganito sa Baguio, I really hope that I get to be involved in it. And years later, here we are. The universe gave me this opportunity. I'm like, let's just figure out how to do this because I really want to make it happen. So, yeah.
Galing. And then what inspired it? And how did the organizations come together? Because I've heard about it not from Facebook. I've heard about the event from another organization. And they're telling me, "Oh, we're
Um,
going up to Baguio for this big event."
yeah, yeah. Well, originally, kasi during the start of the year, our studio, Pranalaya Yoga, facilitated 108 Sun Salutations as a fundraising event for a charity, for a beneficiary that we wanted to focus on. And then sometime May, I think, I saw the video ulit. Parang may nag-throwback to the start of the year when we did those 108. And I reached out to our teachers in our studio and said, hey, maybe we should plan something for IDY, for International Day of Yoga, which is coming up soon. And we were like, yeah, maybe we can do something special for the studio. And then right after that conversation with those teachers, that same night, I received an email from the Embassy of India reaching out to
Mhm.
our studio, inviting us to organize something special for IDY. Now, we could have still stayed with just keeping it within our studio, but I think that email and that invitation from the embassy kind of sparked everyone to want to make it more special and bigger. And because it's been so long that we've been so isolated and separated, parang we were also hungry to be in community. And so we were like, maybe this is an opportunity to bring all of the studios, all of the groups and communities together. And we tried. I mean, like, nothing, wala namang mawawala if you just try, 'di ba? And so we
Yeah.
reached out and invited people, and everyone was interested to be part of it. So we were like, okay, this is happening. So it really just started from an intention, to be in community, and to and that's why I think we called it Hilom, kasi
Mhm.
we really felt that need to find healing in community. Kasi it's so hard to heal when you're by yourself, diba? It's easier to heal and to feel connected when you're with other people. And so parang it kind of organically evolved in that way.
Mhm. And what's the significance of the International Day of Yoga for people who are new to yoga,
Mm.
especially?
International Day of Yoga is an international celebration that's sanctioned by the United Nations, and it started in 2015. So it's actually recognized, and it was started by the UN. And the intention of IDY is to raise awareness and appreciation of the different traditions and the different approaches of yoga, as well as the many benefits. Kasi talaga naman it really helps uphold your holistic wellness. And so the embassy, or here in the Philippines, the Embassy of India always has this initiative of tapping different studios every year. So it's not always the same studio every year, just so that, again, for them also to get everybody involved. And so
Mhm.
it's really a worldwide celebration, and it's
Mhm.
really meant to recognize not just the different traditions, but also the origins and the roots of yoga, so that we also know how to respect and honor it rather than take advantage of it, diba? So that we can also have this time to really appreciate and honor where this beautiful practice has come from. So yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. And I saw that it's a very inclusive community. You had pranic
Mm-hmm.
healing there. There's a group by Master Delpe. I saw Ananda Marga. You really
Mm-hmm.
brought the community together to honor yoga.
Yeah, I mean, yoga is so diverse. It's such a beautiful, colorful spectrum of different traditions and communities, and we wanted to equally highlight everyone. Hindi lang yung studio namin or yung studio nila or yung community nila. We wanted to give equal highlight or equal space for everyone.
Mhm.
Um, because that's where you find true connection, right? Yung walang bida-bida, kumbaga,
Yeah.
right? So even as organizers, we didn't really represent ourselves as coming from this studio or that, but we really represented ourselves as, organizers for the event of Hilom and for the event of coming together. So yeah, and then it was really interesting because initially we just wanted to highlight, yoga studios and yoga communities. And then later on, may nag-reach out na sa amin. We even had a gym join us, and they gave a
Mhm.
talk about debunking the myths of weightlifting. And then we had,
Mhm.
healers and energy healers and sound healers who also closed the event for us. And so it really gave our community and the people who participated an opportunity to experience the different colors of the rainbow of yoga. And I think that was really beautiful.
Mhm. And speaking of beautiful, for you, what's the most beautiful part of the event? Because it's a whole day event. And like you said,
Mm.
it only took your group like a short time of planning, of putting this together. I was thinking you're really, really brave for organizing a face-to-face event at this time. So what's your favorite part of the whole of the Hilom
Oh,
event?
wow. Um, Honestly, every single moment was just amazing for me. So we only had, I think, 28, 29 days to organize the whole event. And when we started, there was just five of us who volunteered. I think the most beautiful part of the whole event was that nobody expected something that will benefit them or was really just for them. Everybody just wanted to give. Everyone who participated. Syempre, iba yung sa attendees, diba? They came there
Yeah.
to explore and to experience. But for those who got involved in the event, everybody just wanted to give and share. So even our brand sponsors, they didn't really get so much in return aside from us just, mentioning their brands and
Mm-hmm.
their businesses. But aside from that, wala naman talaga silang ibang na benefit. They really just wanted to support it. And same with our merchants. They really just wanted to be part of something that really, kind of like upheld a message of healing and togetherness and connection. And all the organizers, all the yoga studios, we all volunteered. It was all seva. It was all service. Wala kaming kinita or anything from it. And
Mm-hmm.
even those who were our suppliers, they just gave. They didn't demand anything. They worked hard with us, and it was just really. I think that's what's beautiful is yung parang everybody just gave their heart.
Yeah.
Everyone was very sincere, and it's very hard to be in that kind of space and in that kind of energy, especially now, I
Mm-hmm.
think, where things are
Yes.
starting to like, escalate in certain ways and in certain frequencies. So it just felt so nice to be in a space where everybody just really willing to give good energy from their heart, you know. So
Galing. I'm thinking of
mm.
the bayanihan spirit while you're talking about all these things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and ang gaan nung feeling the whole time. Sabi na nga namin parang, oh, okay, so, maybe because all the different studios and communities will come in, there might be a sense of competition, kasi nga, it might happen. But it
Yeah.
wasn't like that at all. It was really very supportive. Ang ganda nung flow. And then everyone was just communing with each other. So sabi ko, oh, thank you for this kind of energy. It just felt so, everybody had such a good experience after. So I guess
Mm-hmm.
that's a good testament to the kind of energy the event had.
Do you have anecdotes or stories from people who were your merchants or sponsors or people who came to the event?
Mm-hmm. Well, what was really interesting was we 80 to 90% of the attendees were local. And
Mm-hmm.
we were shocked kasi we were expecting like, baka mga 50, 60 people will come in and we'll be happy na kung maka 100 man lang kami, happy na kami. But
Mm-hmm.
we record our registration when we totaled the numbers, we had 300 attendees throughout, that was spread out throughout the day.
Yeah.
And 80 to 90% of the people who attended were local. And I was really happy to see like people who came up from Bataan, Nueva Ecija, Pangasinan, Manila. Parang wow, they really just, and then what they did was, parang nag-round trip lang sila. They left madaling araw,
And they went
attended the
back?
event, made pa siya a little bit in Baguio, and then went home. Parang,
Wow.
wow, as in
They were
talagang
there for the event lang
they were there
talaga.
for the event. And then, parang silang nag-field trip, yoga field trip with your yoga friends. We, we have stories from some of the attendees where they've always wanted to try yoga, and then they didn't really know which studio to join or to attend. And then now they were like, oh my god, this is like a buffet. And so we had a few attendees that we noticed were there from first session to last session, so from 8 to 8. And they were just
Wow.
there fully, as in parang, sometimes you'd expect na parang, in one session they're just like super pagod, but
Yeah.
they were there like full 100%, 100 full, full energy with every single session. And we were like, oh my god, this is so inspiring to see people, showing up and just
And
really
I saw
having
the
fun.
and I saw the photos. It's a big venue, and there were
Yeah.
a lot of people doing the poses. I wasn't actually expecting. I sorry, because I was
Hmm.
here in Manila. Well, I'm not in Manila right now, but in Manila, people are still wary of
Hmm.
face-to-face events. And I saw parang
Hmm.
in one yoga session, you'd have like 50 to as much as 100 people on their
Hmm.
yoga mats. So sabi ko, wow, ang galing the response
Yeah.
really and the turnout.
Hmm.
Congratulations
Well,
again.
I'm not sure if
Like
we
this,
reached 100 per session.
it
But
looks like that. It looks like that. Because
yeah.
for an event to be successful, it's really the attendees, the people who
Hmm.
come out. So,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you you were able to actualize that in 21 days and people stay for the whole day and there's a lot of people, hindi lang sprinkles of people. So
Mhm.
yeah, really,
Yeah,
really
it was super
congratulations.
amazing. We were very lucky that the local government was very supportive. And kami din naman, I think what's nice about Baguio is that we really take our COVID protocols seriously. So, we really followed the process and the system. We even had our mayor come and join us. He even took a class, and then he was like, "Okay, guys, remember our COVID protocols." And we were like, "Yes, mayor." So, it was really. I think we really took into consideration also the risks of the pandemic. And we're just very lucky here in Baguio that the discipline of people when it comes to following protocols is really good. So we didn't feel like we were at risk. And because the venue was really big, we held the event in the Baguio Convention and Cultural Center. So the main floor is really huge. So even if we had like 50 people, 40 people on the floor, we were still able to maintain social distancing and still keep a safe space for everyone, both energetically and, health wise. So we were very
Mhm.
lucky that the government supported us by allowing us to hold the event in convention center. So yeah.
Galing. And you said early on, and I saw the posters that it's the first time for you for Panalaya to organize an event of this magnitude. So what's
Mhm.
your new realization or insight from holding space for Hilom?
Mm, oh my gosh, so many. um, but I think one of the biggest lessons that I've learned and realizations that I've learned that I've had in this event is that um, all you have to do is um, ask without expectation, and to be able to flow with whatever comes your way, uh, and to be able to accept that, especially for an event in this kind of event, because you're inviting so many different people to get involved. And so to also stay open to who wants to reach out and help, and don't say no. Yung parang you shouldn't even have like a, whoa, you okay there? Okay. You shouldn't even have like a fixed set of expectations of what the event should be and how should it flow. Just to stay open and to allow people to come in and to make space for them. I think that's really important. Because um, to kind of explain why that's my realization, at the start, we already had like I think 8 sessions lined up for the whole day. So that's kind of like 8 studios and communities. And we were like, okay, we have some space for breaks and things like that. And then yun nga, more groups wanted to be part of it. More people wanted to give a talk or give a class. And we were like, okay, let's make some time for them. Let's give them some space. And so the original idea of how things were going to flow had to kind of adjust. And so to be able to flow with that and to be able to say, okay, now this is kind of like how we're going to pivot, and not have that sense of control na hindi, kasi ganito ang vision ko. And to just open that space and let everything kind of like melt and mingle and let it just, unfold the way it's meant to unfold. It was a big lesson for me, coming from uh a life that was so very OCD and controlling, now being learning how to kind of just let things flow and unfold. For events like this, you just have to let that happen. So yeah, that's big one.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's more beautiful. Sorry, there's suddenly brownout here, so I'm not sure if you can hear the generator, but there.
That's fine. That's fine.
So yeah, but congratulations for flowing because, like you said, it's a beautiful mix. Yoga is a beautiful mix of colors and sizes and
Mm-mm.
texture, and it happened because you were able to flow. And well, I
Yeah,
would,
yeah,
yeah, and
exactly.
I'd love to give you the time to say thank you to everyone, your team or organizations who really made it happen. So I'm sure
Oh my
there were a lot of
gosh.
supporters.
There's so many. To start off, our team. I don't want to say names because I might miss out on anyone, but the organizing team that made this happen, all my people, my tribe, you know who you are. So the organizing team of Helum, as well as all the brand sponsors. We had like about 15 to 20 brand sponsors who supported us, and um, from businesses to individuals to different establishments, as well as our merchants who were able to participate and share their products, share their services, share their advocacies during the event itself. Our local government, our city mayor, Mayor Benjamin Magalong, for his all out support. Right from the get go. Baguio's City Tourism Officer, Engineer Alec Mapalo, who was like, his nung napayes namin siya, everything just manifested and unfolded from there. Um, the Sir Ian Katakutan, who manages and handles the Baguio Convention and Cultural Center, who was super supportive for us from ingress to egress. Wala siyang tulog for 24 hours, but he was there to support us. And all the participants, oh my gosh, all the attendees who came from different parts of the country. Thank you so much for showing up, not just for the event, but for yourself and for the community. And every single studio, community, and group that participated and shared their practice, shared their energy with us. Thank you so much. It really, really means a lot to us that you said yes and you chose to be part of um, this experiment. I like to say this we kind of feel like it was a trial run for something bigger, but it already was big the way it turned out. So sa lahat ng nag-join, kahit yung mga nag-share lang sa social media and just shared about it and invited people, super thank you sa inyong lahat.
Jolly, I just have to say it doesn't look like an experiment from my end, from an spectator side. It's huge, really, and to pull off an event
Mm.
at the time of the pandemic, that was very very brave. So I would really love to honor you. Thank you for taking on this
Mm.
call. Really,
Thank you. Thank
I'm sure
you.
it's not that easy, but yeah, your intention was so pure, and you're able to bring everyone together. So yeah, really, really
Thank you,
congratulations to you.
Karen. Thank you. But I have to say, all I did was just ask if anybody wanted to make this happen, and it was it was the um it was the collective effort of every single person, whether it's organizer, partner, merchant, attendee, supplier, sila lahat. Kumbaga ako lang yung, hello, I have an idea, and then from there it
But for
just
me,
grew.
kasi the
So.
leader is the key. Everybody, you're the one who holds everything. I just have to say it because I know how to organize an event. Like if this is from one
Yeah.
organizer to another, really thank you for saying yes. 29 days to pull off an event like that. That
Mhm,
was
mhm.
crazy. You're crazy. Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
From one crazy person to the other. Thank you, Des.
Yes, that was really, really crazy.
Yeah.
But it was really amazing how you were able to just flow and put it together in such short time. And
Mhm.
it was
Yeah.
beautiful. And you
Super
inspired
grateful
us.
to the universe. Grabe. It just aligned so well. The universe was so generous and just so giving to provide the right people at the right time, especially when it was about crunch time now. We were just so blessed that the universe had our back right from the start. So also very grateful for that.
Again, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. That was amazing, Jelly. And party words
Salamat.
for party words for everybody watching, listening. People actually the message for me was like, don't be afraid. Because you're
Mhm.
saying that this is the first time that you organize
Mhm.
something of this scale.
Mhm.
First time, but it's huge. It's really huge already from where I'm looking at it, Had. It's
Mhm.
really, really huge. And it,
Oh.
it doesn't look like an experiment. It's a beautiful coming together of everyone in the
Mhm.
healing and yoga space. And thank you
Mhm.
for doing this because you inspired me. You inspired a lot of people actually who saw that, even
Oh.
from the outside, even if you were not there. It was
Oh.
very
Oh,
inspiring.
thank you, Karen. Yeah, I think it even though I think it was an experiment because it was such a very short time that we executed this whole thing. Um and not really parting words, but I think we're really excited to make this happen again next year. So we're hoping that this becomes an annual thing for Baguio. Baguio City is also going towards the direction that we are supporting and creating. Not creating, kind of like offering Baguio as a wellness destination for people. And so we're really hoping that we get to see everybody and even more next year when we execute this again and make this happen again next year. And we're hoping that this event that we were able to pull off somehow inspires also other places and other communities to just give it a try. Just throw it out there, throw your intention out there, ask for help because people are always willing to help. There will always be good people who are willing to help, and just spread the good energy and to spread the love and the connection that yoga can provide. Because even if there are big events happening in Manila, there are still communities outside of Manila and outside the big cities that are hungry for this kind of connection. And so if any of you out there who are listening or watching and you have that same prayer and intention that I had several years ago when I was in my first yoga festival, just give it a try without any expectations and see what happens from there. Because from what we've seen last Sunday, there are people who are hungry for connection. There are people who are hungry for community. And if we're given that opportunity to hold space, to make that connection and to hold space for that kind of community, it's the universe asking us to serve. And when that call comes, you got to say yes because you know that it's given you so much. And so it's an opportunity to give to others as well. So I had this conversation with a yoga teacher friend of mine just today, actually, that events like this and celebrations like this give us an opportunity to um, to try to figure out how can we help, how can we bring light into the darkness where people are still in, and to create that, to spread that kind of good work. So this event, it wasn't really just to highlight the communities and the studios, but it was also to help raise funds and raise donations for our beneficiary, which was the anxiety and depression support group of Baguio. And this group, they work on the ground and they're very quiet workers, but they've helped so many people, so many indigents. And this is the kind of light work that we want to continue helping and supporting. And so when there are opportunities and celebrations like this where we can bring people together, not just to practice yoga together, but to also give back and serve others, then I think that's a beautiful thing. And I mean, I really hope that that's the kind of world that I get to help leave behind, even if it's in just small ways. So, again, kung meron sa inyo dyan na nakikinig at nanonood at alam nyo na may gusto rin kayong gawin na parang ganito, just go for it. Just ask the universe for support and the universe will give it to you when the time is right. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that message. Just go for it and allow the universe to support you. And thank you for saying yes to the call, Jelly. We're looking forward to Hilom
Thank
too. And
you.
hopefully I interview you before the event next year. Promote. Please let me know how I can help for next year. I just
Yeah.
remember it's kind of late now, so there.
Yeah.
But
Well, our
yeah.
promotions were kind of late also. So yeah, hopefully next year we'll have more time and so more people get to hear about it and more people get to come up and join us.
Yeah. See you. Hope to see you soon. In person,
Yeah.
congratulations again, Jelly.
Thank you. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you. And bye for now, everyone. Thank you again, Jelly.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Have a great evening.
Good night. Bye bye.
Bye.